Hi, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel and today I'm going to create this look with Olivia Palermo's new eyeshadow palette, or new to me, in the shade Regalia, and talk about her new lip balm because we are a lip balm channel here. So if that sounds good to you, I hope you'll stick around and help create this look with me today. Alright, so a quick introduction to Olivia Palermo Beauty. We all, hopefully in our age group, know and love Olivia Palermo from The Hills, or whatever that fashion show was after it. You'd think that I would have watched that as a fashion major. They were always kind of in my periphery, but I have always loved her makeup looks and her style, so I was so excited when I found out about this brand through KateFace here on YouTube. I'll link her channel below. She has really great swatch and reviews of just about all of the products, at least all of the eyeshadows, so I will link that below. But today I really want to get into this because Olivia Palermo is the queen of hazel eyes, which is the eye color that I have, which we'll get into in color theory in a little bit. But I have all three of her palettes, and then I also want to give a little review on her lip balms that she came out with. So the Regalia palette and the lip balms are the newest additions to her line. I am not a channel that's going to be the first to review a product. I like to keep my collection pretty succinct, and it takes a lot for me to welcome something new in. Usually it's in the name of trying to dupe something. I like to have a lot of product knowledge, so I've tried a lot of things, but I like to strike a balance and keep my collection manageable. I want to use the products that I spend my money on, and I want them to be worth it. So I mentioned in my last video that I keep a seasonal wish list for spring, summer, fall, winter, kind of like fashion business. So these are some of them that I've had for a little while now, probably about a year, I want to say. And then the Regalia is new to me, and today is going to be my first day actually applying to my eyes. I've swatched them. The formula is the same as before. I love it. And yeah, I hope that you are excited about this as I am. I even kind of built my look around these palettes. So these are the Lele Sadoughi Orchid earrings, which are surprisingly light, but the colors just really went with her new Regalia palette. So yeah, I'm very excited. So let's go ahead and jump in. I already have my base done. My eyes are looking a little blank and scary, so I'm definitely ready to build some dimension. And I'm hoping that today's look, I'm gonna build it around one of the promotional pictures of Olivia Palermo, and her look with this like beautiful green shade almost looks like a one and done, and I'm guessing that she built some dimension with either one of these. So if that excites you as much as it excites me, then we're in for a good time today. Okay, so I think this look is really built around that green shade, like I said. I'm going to use the Rare Beauty eyeshadow brush. I really like this brush in place of a fingertip. I don't know if you can see from the side, it has a slight slant, excuse me, to the tip, and then it's much wider, but it really does a good job replacing your fingertips if you're not someone who likes to dip into that. So I'm gonna go ahead and dip in to this, and see, it picks up a lot of product. So I'm gonna tap that off. And we are just going to apply all over the lid and a little bit up into my crease because my deep set eyes kind of call for that. I don't usually wear this dark of a look, so it's gonna be an adventure today. But that color is so pretty, and I will get into swatches and more about the eyeshadow palette at the end. I'm going to bring that up because it looks like in the picture of Olivia that it's kind of almost like a one and done for her. Now, I'm not traditionally a one and done kind of gal, so we might have to bring in some of the other colors in this palette and maybe in her Au Naturel palette. That one is like my favorite everyday palette. I've put that to very good use since purchasing. color is so fun. I'm gonna feel like I'm going somewhere very fancy when in all reality, we're just hanging out today. And I'm hoping that everyone is done mowing today. I had to wait quite a while for the neighborhood to get their yard work done. Okay, I think I'm going to pause there. And then what I'm going to do next is to see how we can blow this out with a fluffier brush. This is the Jaclyn Hill Morphe JN30. I know Morphe gets a bad rep. I don't really support the brand, but I got this set before my wedding and it is a really good set, especially if you're building eyeshadow brush collection. Their face brushes are really nice too. I used that foundation brush for a long time before some of my other options bumped it out. Now, as with any smoky look, this is probably gonna look pretty scary until we get to the end. But so far, I mean, these are blending like a dream. All of hers do. And even with a brush, I'm still getting a beautiful sheen on the eye. Okay. I think I am going to go in with my finger just to see if we can get that to be even shinier, because it is quite shiny. Just a beautiful, like, cool toned foresty green, which I think I've mentioned in another video. We see a lot of those like yellow based greens, but we don't see a lot of the forest greens. So I'm happy that she included it. Ew, it's just so pretty. And I don't really notice any like duochrome or anything crazy with this one. It's just green. Yeah, see, that built up a lot better with fingers, which I feel like we're all used to right now in the eyeshadow world. And I'm actually gonna go in with the MAC 217 to blend more precisely than that really fluffy brush, because I feel like we already kind of have blown that color out. And we'll clean this up. Yeah, more precise blending there. Okay. And this is where I want to go into her Au Naturel palette. This is truly one of my everyday palettes. This color right here has seen so much love from me. I'm not a one and done gal, but this one really has enough dimension in it that it's beautiful for that. But I'm gonna use some of these neutral shades over here. I mean, this is obviously cool, but these two right here are really going to help build out any look. So I'm going to pick up that kind of like, well, to me it's a skin tone shade, this very light cream shade. I'm gonna pick it up on my 217 and I'm just gonna use that to help brighten and blend up top. I feel like all three of these palettes work really well together too. We're gonna get into that in color theory in a minute. I don't usually wear makeup like this and I'm loving it so far. So I do, like I normally do, want to build some dimension in this outer corner, and then we'll clean up these edges a little bit. And in her palette, she has two shades that I think are going to work for this. She has the Antique Diamonds, which is this shade, and Diamond Dust, which is this shade. I think, I'll show you these. So this one is Diamond Dust, and I'll get into this when we swatch, but it has so many different colors in it. And then this one is the Malachite. It looks like that one. I think I want to go with this because of the cool tones. Let's do that and kind of see where we get. Now, these are all shimmery. Obviously that cream that I used is not. We might even bring a little bit of brown in the crease. I don't know. We'll see where this goes. Okay, so in my Sephora Get Ready With Me, I did the same thing that I'm gonna do now. I'm just gonna tap off the excess, and then I'm gonna go in like I'm lining my eye. I'm so curious to see if this one, yeah, there's a little dimension there. That green is dark enough on me that there's not a huge difference there, but we're going to continue to build this up. And I always keep this open, we'll address that at the end. I like to keep it very bright in the inner corner. Tap that off. I'm going to start building this outer V a little bit more. I don't know that this is what I want and need for this, so we'll build it. I think it's not adding as much depth as I would like. Let's go in and try that malachite shade, see what that gets us. That's a little bit better. Yeah, I'm gonna go in with the malachite. We'll do kind of equal building up. I don't want this to be like black to that dark green because that's a little more than I bargained for. It's a very subtle depth that we're building, but I don't mind that. That works for me. Let's go in and do the same. I'm gonna go in with that, what is that, Disco? Smoky Quartz. I don't know why I keep calling it Disco. We'll start to build there. I am getting fallout. We kind of talked about this in the Sephora Get Ready With Me. If you're working with these really glitter forward sparkly shades, you almost have to either use a finger or you're gonna get fallout. Like it's just the name of the game until we kind of swing back to brands being more brush focused. I think right now everyone wants high sparkle, high shine, and with a lot of these formulas that give you that, you're going to have a little bit of fallout. So we will clean up, and you can always do your eyes first. That's always an option. I'm just going back in and trying to blend some of that darker shade we had there. I really love this. You can see some of the definition, especially on this side. I might build up just a touch more over here. Again with that malachite shade. It pairs surprisingly well because it is a warmer color than that original color we laid down, but ooh, I feel pretty. All right, I am going to now clean up the fallout and the kind of crazy shape we got going on here. I will do that and come right back. All right, so I just used my foundation brush to, you want to flick, because if you drag, you're going to drag those pigments across your face. So I just flicked them away and then cleaned up these edges a little bit. And I'm really liking this so far. So the next shade in the palette that I'm tempted to do my inner corner with, it's darker than I typically do for my inner corner, but I just think that this, what is this? Rose gold satin shade is going to be, I just think that's going to be so pretty next to that green. And it's brighter enough than that green that I think it'll give me the effect that I want. So I'm going to grab, let us see. And I forgot to mention this little pencil brush that I'm using. Finding the right size and shape of pencil brush is going to go a long way, but this is, I'm pretty sure, whose wand is this? My sister got me this set and I love it so much. I love Harry Potter. I don't remember whose this is though. And then this one is Voldemort's. This is from Storybook Cosmetics. I don't know if they still sell this, but I have seen these on Facebook Marketplace a lot. But it's just a flat shader brush. I'm gonna go into that gold shade. Pick it up on my brush. Again, picks up really nice on a brush. And I'm gonna go into the inner corner here. Ooh. See, I like to keep it brighter, but I just think that looks so pretty. And this is where we're gonna stray quite a bit from her promo picture, but I'm so excited. I love this gold. This gold would be really nice even on its own. Just gonna flick that into the inner corner, and then I'm going to use the same brush and just feather that in to the green, and it creates this really nice gold ombre. Oh, but see, even like she calls this a satin, but look at how it shines. It is not a satin. This is still a very glittery shade in my book, but not a formulator. Don't come for me. But oh, that looks so pretty. And I think once we get some eyeliner and mascara on, it's really going to look nice. But see how nice her shimmers and mattes blend even together? Like you can really blow out the shadow pretty easily, which I love and appreciate. So we have used 4 of these shades. I really want to do a look with this purple because it would be absolutely stunning on green, yellow, green, hazel eyes, probably even brown, because a lot of her shimmers are very dimensional. So I'm going to go do some eyeliner, some mascara, and potentially add more blush. I put a little on just so I didn't look like the Walking Dead. And it is the MAC Glow Play blush in So Natural, best blushes ever. But yeah, I'm gonna go do that and I will be right back. So all I did was add the Thrive Liquid Lash Extensions in the shade Crystal, which is the brown shade. And then I did a very small line and then tight lined my eyes with the Victoria Beckham Satin Kajal eyeliner in Cocoa, the best eyeliner out there. And added a little bit more of the MAC Glow Play blush in So Natural. It's this nice peachy bronze shade, and if you're doing something really intense on the eyes, it adds a flush of color, but it's not going to be the star of the show. So yeah, this is the kind of finished look here. It did stray from Olivia Palermo's promotional eye look, but I love this. It's not something I normally do, but you can tell even with this, it's really bringing out the amber and green tones in my hazel eye. And that's where I want to get into swatching the palette, talking about some of her other palettes, and then talking a little bit about color theory. Okay, so I'm gonna run through swatches and pricing. So these palettes come in at $58 for one, or you can do 2 for $89. They are pricey palettes. However, you do get a lot of product. This has what, 7 grams in this palette. For comparison, like for half the cost-ish, the Makeup by Mario has 6 grams. So it is pricier. It is much pricier. However, while these shadows are beautiful and I wear this quite a bit, these are so creamy. They're easy to use. Now, some of the colors, like in this palette, might be a little bit intimidating. So if you're not someone who likes to do kind of statement looks like this, her Au Natural palette is absolutely stunning. I will kind of touch on the one shade in a little bit. And then also her Soiree palette is kind of in the middle. You're gonna get statement looks out of this, but it's not as dark as the Regalia. So I did some swatches of Regalia for you. So I will go through the colors. So the first one is Smoky Quartz. The second one next to that is Rose Gold. Then we have Malachite. Then we have Antique Diamonds, Amethyst, and Diamond Dust. And I'm going to give the shine. Let me scoot back here. Yeah. See, look at that. What is that? That rose gold shade. It is not a rose gold whatsoever. So your Smoky Quartz, let me make sure I'm saying these right. Yeah, the Smoky Quartz is just a nice neutral deep brown. Your Rose Gold is this beautiful amber gold. If you like Ray or Amber Lights, I think you would absolutely love this in powder form. It has like a fiery reddish orange kind of going through it, which is maybe where they're pulling that Rose Gold name from. But then the next shade, the Malachite, oh, that's what really drew me into this palette. If you have green or amber eyes, this is going to do wonders for you. Just absolutely gorgeous. It is that deep forest green, and it's true to that. If anything, it might have like pale gold shimmers running through it. And then the Antique Diamond. Ooh, she's pretty. It is a very dark brown base pigment, almost black. Yeah, it's looking a little black, but it has beautiful golden brown shimmer running through it, and that one really shifts around. This just, I can't get over this rose gold. It looks like liquid metal. But then the next two shades I also really love. The Amethyst is a gorgeous purple, again with like a black based pigment, and it's got like purple, pink, and gold glitters in it, which she's just really amazing with her shimmers in that regard. Like, she's mixing a lot of colors in each of these with the shimmer, and that can definitely be said for this last shade here, which is Diamond Dust. Oh, truly, truly, it is Diamond Dust. It is like a cooler black base, but then the shimmers in this, it's not going to do it justice on camera. It has like a silver, gold, purple shift to it that is just so beautiful. I just, even kind of blend it out. Like, if you like doing strong smoky eyes, this would be absolutely gorgeous. And when I was playing around earlier, I loved layering this on top of the purple, which let's do a little bit of that if I can, because it really plays off that purple base. So if you see the bottom half of this swatch I've mixed, oh, it is so pretty. It adds just like a purple touch to that diamond black base. So I love these shades. And what I want to get into with color theory is Olivia Palermo is our queen if you have hazel eyes. I would love to know if she has a specific makeup artist that has given her kind of her signature smoky power look, and understand how heavy-handed they were in helping her formulate, or if she really is just like a color goddess. Because each of these shades, especially with those multi-colored glitters, they're pulling on colors that are very, very good for green or hazel eyes. So I'm gonna pop a color wheel up on the screen. And this one was perfect for this discussion because it is kind of dusty like my eyes are. It's not primary colors. There's some kind of gray or tan to them. So if you look at my eyes at a glance, they come through very yellow green or green. I also have a little bit of brown in the center, which is giving that kind of amber color, and then a gray blue ring around it. So there's a lot of colors to play with, and a lot of this can be said for if you have just gray blue eyes, just amber eyes, green eyes. But on the color wheel here, you can see that the green and yellow is across from red, red, violet, and violet. Those are going to be the colors that are going to contrast enough with your eye color that it's going to make them pop. And she just does that beautifully. So she has greens that are going to play on the green, but then when she introduces some of those different colored shimmers in there, she's picking up on those other colors, but very subtly. And the undertone that flows through all of these shadows just really plays well with eye colors because they have that kind of smokier, dustier, muckier, if you will, base to them. And then she throws in these neutrals that are always good to have to build looks. Like these first two colors together could be a much more wearable look, especially if you have a deeper skin tone. She just does an incredible job at playing with those colors. And I will say that if you are someone who likes a lighter look, the Au Naturel palette, this color right here, the smoked, what is this? Smoked chestnut, is such an interesting color. That is an ugly swatch. I'm going to swatch it on this hand. But if you look at this color, she's giving you a very chestnut brown, like the name says, but then the shimmers in this are gold and a little bit of purple because she's added enough plumminess into this that it plays on that trick with red violet. If you have green or hazel eyes, it is going to make them sing. Take this, build a nice look around it with your other neutrals. I've yet to play with this. That might be a challenge for myself coming up. But you can see this is a very well-loved palette. This is like where I would start with her unless you really want your money to be spent on something that is a showstopper. This is a showstopper. These two deeper glitter shades, they're multifaceted. They're just absolutely gorgeous. I can't rave enough about these. I don't bring a lot of eyeshadow palette into my life, so these are worth it. Again, heftier price tag, you're not getting a ton of product, but I've used that Au Naturel time and time again, and I'm not even close to hitting pan. And one thing I do want to call out is this packaging is absolutely gorgeous. It almost feels like the kind of retro old school packaging. She even has her name kind of listed right here, and then on the back she gives you all of the shade names and the name of the palette. They also weigh a ton. Like, these could be a defense mechanism. Like, very, very weighty, feels super luxe. This is more luxe than like some of the Chanel packaging. It's just gorgeous, so highly recommend this. $58 or bundle and save. Also sign up for emails. You can get 10% off your first order with a welcome code, so look into that if you're interested. And I love these. I love the look I did today. It's very different, but I can already see that like it's very impactful for the color of my eyes. And now I want to talk about the last product, which is her lip balm. So her lip balms are kind of on the pricey side. All of her products, it's a luxury price point, but it's $29 for one, or you can bundle, I think, two for $48, so you can save a little bit there. She only has 2 shades right now. I picked up both. One is just clear. I thought it would be like a nice luxe lip balm to throw in my bag, but the second one is the Lychee. And it's just your traditional kind of slim bullet. We see a lot of brands do this type of packaging. The component is not as heavy as the eyeshadows, but those are like, again, almost a weapon. It's a little bit lighter weight. You can tell that it's a thinner metal and is hollow where the product is not, but you get a decent amount of product here. And when I first tried these, I thought this just feels like a regular lip balm. I'm not impressed, very expensive, but then I looked in the mirror, and the ability of these to blur the lip lines is so good. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this. I'm hoping that it looks quite pink. Let me see if I can throw a swatch, but it's clear. It adds a touch of color to my lips, but I'm very fair, so understand that. That's kind of a weird angle. There we go. You can see very, very shiny. So it's not going to be like a Burt's Bees. It's going to give you shine. And it might, if you have a lighter skin tone, it's going to give you a little bit, or lighter pigmented lips, it might give you a little bit of that rosy pink. I'm going to go quite heavy-handed with this. That's just how I like to apply lip balms, and this one specifically because I'll get into the texture next. The faces I make when I put lipstick on. I see other people look so cute. Could never. And also, I think this is such a cute little touch. So the main color of her brand is this deeper green, and the inside of the lid, it's like the attention to detail is so beautiful on this. And then she also has the name of her brand. Don't know if it'll show because it's very shiny, around the tube of the chapstick, lipstick, lip balm. Ooh. Anyway, if you can see, I hope that it's showing on camera the way it does in real life. It's not adding a ton of color, which I don't mind even in my day-to-day life. I just like to look like I have lips and make them look as nice as possible. I don't need statement lip every day. It just blurs those lines beautifully, and I think if you have more mature lips and they're kind of showing lines, I love this product. I would highly endorse it. It feels closer to a gloss than a chapstick like Burt's Bees, but it feels more like Burt's Bees than, say, the Charlotte Tilbury, oh shoot, I own 2 of those. The like click up tubed lip balm gloss. It's not that thick, but what I'm trying to say is it's not, you can feel the oily kind of nourishing side of this, and I will say this does nourish my lips, which I'm very, very happy about. but you can tell that it is stiff enough that it's not going to migrate, and that's why I really like to do a couple layers, because you have to kind of warm it up a little bit. But I love this. I will continue to throw this in my purse. I love it for Zoom calls because it is a lip balm and it adds just that touch hint of color. It kind of gives a little bit of life to my lips, but I don't have to worry about a gloss that's sticky, that's moving around, a color that's kind of gonna migrate out. I don't need a lip liner with this because it just makes your lips look like yours, but better and airbrushed. So highly recommend that as well. They also have sets on their site, so if there's a couple of products you want to try, look to see if there's a curated set for you. I have not tried anything beyond eyeshadows and the lip balm, but I want to. I want to try her lipsticks. I want to try some of the, she has a setting spray and a primer. I want to try those. But for me, these eyeshadow colors are just absolutely great. And like I said, if you're not into the craziness, go for the Au Naturel. This is all I packed on a trip to Seattle, and it was more than enough. I could do, you know, heavier looks with this. I could do everyday neutral looks with this, but I'm so happy to have this in my collection. And again, they pair very well together. I cannot wait to see what other eyeshadows she came out with. I'm glad I waited, but I'm also very excited to have this in my collection. And yeah, I think the overall look turned out just like I wanted it to. I'm so excited. I hope that you enjoyed this kind of walk down color theory lane, getting introduced to the brand if it's new to you. If not, you enjoyed the swatches. I'm new to swatching, so hopefully these will suffice. But thank you so much for hanging out with me today and creating this look. I had so much fun doing this, and I hope that you'll join me in the next video. I think while I'm feeling regal, as the Regalia palette would have, I think I'm going to be filming my Rich Lady shower next. So yeah, more to come. Hope you'll hang out, and I hope that you have a fabulous, beautiful, self-giving day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.